Now, I've come up with a system called F.O.C.A.L, and what that's going to allow you to do is to create photorealistic imagery in Midjourney version 6 with much more accuracy. Now, this isn't going to be 100% remedy, of course, nothing is, right? Nothing's perfect, but it should allow for at least a 70 to 80% consistency with what you have in mind, translating to what you see in front of you after the fact of you prompting. And now we get into camera angles and perspective. So the angle and height from which a photo is taken can significantly influence the perception of the subject. Experimenting with various angles, eye level, high, low, and perspectives can add depth or convey power, vulnerability, or intimacy. So the prompt then is a portrait of a confident businesswoman taken at eye level to convey direct engagement, capturing a moment of eye contact that suggests confidence and approachability. And the prompt formula then is a type of image, so a portrait of a subject demeanor, confident businesswoman, taken at camera angles, so taken at eye level to convey the mood or the stance of the subject, so direct engagement, capturing a moment of eye contact that suggests desired feeling, that suggests confidence and approachability. So that is eye level then. Now we get onto high angle. So a portrait of a young woman standing while looking up, shot from a high angle, making the viewer feel a sense of protection and tenderness towards the subject, emphasizing vulnerability. So a high angle looks down on the subject, making them appear smaller or more vulnerable. It's effective for conveying a sense of inferiority or for giving a comprehensive overview of a scene. And then we get low angle there. So a portrait of an athlete standing tall, viewed from a low angle, highlighting their strength and dominance, the perspective amplifying their stature and sense of empowerment. So a low angle looks up at the subject, making them appear larger or more dominant. It's used to convey power, strength, or to elevate the importance of the subject. So those are your camera angles. And in terms of perspectives, I've covered this in the last part where I touched on leading lines, and that actually forms as part of a geometric perspective. So leading lines are one of the most popular visual techniques artists use to compose scenes. These are parallel lines that, when viewed at a distance, appear to converge and lead to a vanishing point, i.e. the focal point. And then physical perspective, where you basically have a subject and you're utilizing them in, rather than a vertical aspect ratio, which you typically would do as a portrait style, you're doing it as a landscape shot, and that gives a sense of scale within the image. So physical perspective plays with distance in order to convey the proportions or physical qualities of a subject. One popular method is to place a figure in a landscape shot to give a sense of scale. So that's that. So I mostly played with geometric perspective and physical perspective, a link to which you can see down below on the full guide, where I went through all of this document in its entirety, and it's about an hour long. So yeah, feel free to check that out. And yeah, we touched a little bit on conceptual with one style that I did later on in the guide. Yeah, but that's that in terms of perspective. So that brings to an end the C part of the F.O.C.A.L acronym of camera angles and perspective. If you'd like to find out what's next, and believe me, what's next is going to make quite a big difference to the style of image that you produce. And that, of course, is a bit of a hint as to what's next. So you don't want to miss this. Just click the card and see you in the next video. Peace.